This video is just a quick review of how to collect like terms. And the first page that you have in your notes is just a review of the terminology. So remember that like terms are terms that have the same variable raised to the same exponent. So in other words, the coefficient can be different, but the letter and the exponent with the letter needs to be exactly the same. So x, 7x, and negative 2x are like terms. 3a squared, negative 4a squared, and negative or positive 9a squared are also like terms. In addition, things like, for example, 9xy squared and 3xy squared are like terms. So would 2y squared x, because those are the same. They've just been rearranged. Remember, when you're multiplying, it doesn't matter the order that you write things. And then unlike terms or non-like terms have different variables, or they might have the same variable, but then they have different exponents. So if we're using the example above, 9xy squared is not the same as 4x squared y. Even though they both have a squared, in the first example, the y is squared, and in the second example, the x is squared. So they need to have exactly the same letters to exactly the same exponent to be like terms. So why are like terms important? Well, that has to do with now you can collect the like terms together and then simplify. So always make things simpler. So in this first example, 2a minus 4a is just negative 2a. In the second example, it starts to get a little more complicated because now we have different terms. And one of the things that we did last year was we used different colors or different symbols. And if you like that method, please keep doing it. If not, that's fine. So for example, I'm going to put a blue box around the things that are like the x. Remember that the sign also gets included. And I'm going to put a red circle around the things that are like the y. Again, I'm circling the negative with the 5y. The sign in front belongs with the term. So my next line, I'm going to put my x's together. And I'm going to put my y's together. And again, notice I'm writing negative 5y. And now my last step, I simplify. 2x plus 4x is 6x. And this next one, be really careful. This is negative 5y plus 3y. And that gives you negative 2y. So be careful there. It is not 5y plus 3y. It is negative 5y plus 3y. And then the last example, again, we can use that same strategy if you like that. So we'll put some blue boxes around the x terms. Remember, include the sign. We'll put a red circle around the y terms. Again, include the sign. And let's use a green squiggly around the numbers or the constants. So now, again, I'm going to collect my like terms. Put my x's together. Usually you write things in alphabetical order. Then I'm going to put my y's together. And usually your constants go at the end. Again, really important to keep the sign. Now I simplify each piece. So 3x minus 5y is negative 2x. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. Negative 6y plus 2y is negative 4y. So be really careful. And negative 1 plus 7 is positive 6. So again, really watch that. Watch that you didn't do 6 plus 2, and you didn't do 1 plus 7. So watch that you didn't write negative 8y minus 8, because that wouldn't be right. So really watch those signs. So again, if you find that this strategy of circling works, please do that. If you don't like to do that, that's totally fine. Again, make sure you are showing your work so that if you make a mistake, we can see where the mistake is and we can better correct it.